All right, welcome to the first official podcast of ETS. Unfortunately, not all the members are here. 2 members are absent, but we're still gonna drop this video for y'all. And eventually they will be here. Some podcasts they won't. It'll mix and match. Sometimes I will be here, sometimes I won't. Sometimes he'll be here, sometimes he won't. So it'll flop around. But let's get right into this. So today's topic, titled Gaming on My Mind, is what are the benefits and cons of gaming? That's simple. Is it beneficial to the mind? Is it not beneficial to the mind? Let's see how it plays out. So let's get right into it. The first question that I want to ask you is, do you think, get right into it, do you think gaming is beneficial?
Just beneficial in general?
Well, beneficial to mental health, building bonds, relationships, community stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Obviously, there's a lot of diversity in the gaming industry, so I feel like it definitely brings together a lot of people into its form of entertainment.
Okay. Then my next question I have for you is, as we know, there's plenty of different genres of gaming. So many, couldn't name them all. What is the most underrated genre in your opinion?
The most underrated genre probably have to be turn-based strategy games.
Turn-based, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of games like Slay the Spire and War Tales that incorporate the idea of turn-based strategy games. And pretty much what a turn-based strategy game is pretty much, I make my turn, you make yours, You hit me, and then I wait, and then I hit you back, And you just sit there and you accept it.
Yeah. It's funny you actually talk about War Tales. Recently, I've been playing War Tales myself. I was thinking about doing the playthrough on it. I don't know how I'm feeling. I think I'm out trying to give it like my own lore, my own backstory to him. Because that's one of my favorite things about a lot of turn-based games like this. They give you a lot of freedom.
Yeah, a lot of customization and freedom.
Although you might have a set path you have to take or set things you may have to do, a lot of the time, if you want, you can create your own story and allude to whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to physically change the story, they always got mods. But yeah, turn-based games, I do enjoy them a lot. So my next question for you is, what are the most fondest memories you have of gaming?
The most fondest memories of gaming I have? That's a very good question. I'm not very good on the memory side. However, I can literally go back to a time very recently. I was playing with 2 people on a game called Lethal Company, which is pretty much, I guess you could say, it is probably the number 1 trending horror game right now in co-op.
Okay.
Most, because it's pretty much, it lets you create your own story in a horror sense. It's not even an RPG. It's not even, it just got freedom. It's not even a freedom of objectives. It's just a freedom of fun, I guess you could say. Because it's a horror game. So you're walking down an aisle, and next thing you know, the person behind you is just automatically gone, and there's flashlights there on the floor. And the last thing you heard was his deafening scream as you watch his mutilated body get dragged away by a dark, ominous figure. So my favorite memory in general would probably be one of those. I remember I was walking with one of my friends in this game, and he was talking. All of a sudden, I heard and I look behind me and I see him getting chokehold and dragged into the darkness. And then I'm left there alone to fend for myself. So probably one of my fondest memories right there.
Okay. So, yeah, Lethal Company, I've been hearing about it. It's been popping up all on my For You page. So I definitely know how scary the game could be when you just randomly get jump scared. I even played it a couple times myself. So I definitely understand that. So I guess I tell you about one of my fondest memories, because just as I want to get to know you, I want you to get to know me, and I want the audience to get to know us. So one of my favorite moments was actually with you when we were playing For Honor. It was me, you, Tristan, and one random.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you remember that time?
Yeah, I remember that time.
Yeah, and then we was all chose Shinobi, and then a random chose Shinobi, and we was like, oh my God, he lit. let's add him to the party. Started talking to him.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that time?
Pretty much to sum it up, and it was pretty much just playing a game. And me and you and Tristan, we chose the same character. And now what this did is this actually was a very good close-up moment that me, you, and him experienced of equity inclusion within video games. Because what had happened was, because we chose 3 characters of the same person, that one person we've never known in our life, never, this random person, 1 in a million, 1 in a billion on the game, said, I wanted to be like them. And he joined us. And then we were all 4 of the same characters. We invited him to the party. And now because of that little moment, that little character choosing, we lost the match, but but we was able to make a friend that literally lasted for 2 years now, to the point where we can literally call him, say, what's up, Ghost? We know his real name. We know some of his family members. And that he literally just joined us from that one simple experience.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry, partners, but so I heard that you were working with like a nonprofit of sorts.
Nonprofit. I don't think they're a nonprofit, but yeah, I was working with Color and Gaming.
Yeah, Color and Gaming.
Yep, Color and Gaming. Pretty much what they did was they were trying to expand the bounds of esports professionalism through adding different types of cultures, more specifically the African American culture and the African American gamers into the work realm of esports.
So they're introducing minorities into gaming?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, they're introducing minorities into the gaming aspect because there is a very small percentage of Black male and female esports players. There's really not a lot. So what we were trying to do was simply, expand that by, allowing people to get more knowledge and get more skill in the sense. And yeah, pretty much. And not only that was a knowledgeable experience, it was also a very entertaining experience in its own.
Okay. Because I do remember heading out to one of the events. I think I saw you there. Mm-hmm. It was like a little tournament event. It was pretty cool. I heard that like they had something they was doing with Big Sean. Mm-hmm. It was like a huge party. It was real cool. I saw like a lot of different ethnic groups out there. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of local businesses, new businesses, all of that. The rock climbing wall I saw was was interesting. I didn't even know you could just like rent a rock climbing wall. So it was really cool. I do remember that. Mm-hmm. And it was an enjoyable time, and I'm glad that more minorities are getting into gaming overall, because it was a very rocky field. Speaking of it being a rocky field, a lot of parents and people in general like to say that gaming's not very beneficial to the people who do it, or the people who professionally do it.
Yeah.
And what would you say to that?
I'd say check the bank account. Honestly, if you were to compare it, who's making more, esports or the average Detroit parent, I don't mean to even be disrespectful. It's just that once you're in the esports field, the moment you gain at least literally just at least 1,000 people watching, after that, you're making more than average right there. That's literally the first start. Hundreds you're making average, thousands you're making more than average.
Yeah.
All from being in the comfort of your home, sitting there staring at a TV screen with a controller in your hand, and putting your mind to a physical object.
Yeah, because I know I've seen like local tournaments, like $100 tournaments, random gift pack tournaments. Shoot, I think I've won a tournament myself before too. Shoot, and it's like you can find them for dang near any game. I done seen them for Brawlhalla, which is going on like 8 years old now.
I think actually 16 or something. I don't know. It's pretty. I don't think it's 16, but for real, it is pretty long. But yeah, the thing about tournaments is that you can always find one, even for like the unpopular games. Game could just come out, somebody immediately create a tournament for it, just like that.
And then on the other hand, if there's not a tournament for the game, speed runners be hitting it up. Yeah. I swear, if you can't have a tournament in the game, search up a speed run of it, you'll see like 56. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many speed runnings for random games you ain't never even heard of. Like, I saw somebody try to speed run Lethal Company. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just trying to get a higher quota? Yeah. It's just like hilarious, bro. It's just seeing them run down the hall. Seeing them zip past spiders or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it really is a big world out there in the gaming industry. And my last question to you before, we call it a day. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a short podcast, short interview-ish like thing. But I wanted to know, what is a way you've seen or experienced community building?
Literally with the experience we shared with Ghost. In fact, our own experience in crafting, a group called ETS. Literally started off with what? Henry, expanded to me, you, his cousin, such and such, and now it's over, it's grown to 100 plus members and community building right there.
Yeah.
Didn't take long. Everybody in there knows me. Everybody in there knows you, knows Henry. We all know each other. 100 plus people got 100 plus friends. From what? We don't even play the same game with them. We don't even know what games these people play, but we just know that they vibe with us. They with us. They got our back. If we say hop on this game, they'll hop on that game with us. We literally created and expanded that community. We built that community off of something as simple as gaming. So that, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I done seen like some of them, and some of them not even on the same console as us. I know got PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, straight play. It's just, it's a good time. It was a good time all around.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This is our first official video or podcast. Yeah, podcast. So this is our first official podcast, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and see y'all on the flip.